Hey everybody, Coach Buffington. Want to go over a quick demonstration of our Jordan offense. All right, so one thing to keep in mind, this is not a play, this is a formation. And I'm talking to someone about this this week. So this is where lacrosse veers away from basketball and football, which are sometimes very play-driven, and more like soccer, which is very much formation-driven. So what this offense allows is the boys to understand their spacing within the field, and then gives them some options within that offense. So in this offense, what you'll see is they're going to have, potentially from different positions, they'll have 3 passing options plus a dodging option. So they're going to have 4 options, 4 really good options out there on the field that they can operate in. Big thing with this offense, it's also sometimes called the motion offense or the 2-3-1 offense or 1-3-2 offense. But known as motion because the boys are constantly going to be moving in the process. The one thing defenses hate is they hate when dudes are moving, right? They love it when a guy just stands there and stands there for a long time killing grass, right? That means they don't have to slide, and they can also focus their attention on where the ball is. So if there's constantly off-ball movement, right, all the defenders are put on a little bit more stress. And then it's almost like a dance, right? If we as the offense can lead the dance, right, the defense is constantly reacting to us. As opposed to what happens a lot of times with really good defenses, sometimes the defense winds up taking the lead and shutting down things and making the offense play to what the defense is. And that's what we want to change in this offense. All right, so little demonstration. Basically, we have 2 triangles. Actually, there's 3, but I'll show you real quick. You've got your midi triangle, right? Up top, you got a triangle. These 3 middies create a triangle. There's one guy down low, not necessarily on the crease, but around the crease. You've got your attack triangle down here, right? And then you've also got what I call kind of our magic dodging triangle, which is midi 1, he's a dodger. Midi 2 is a dodger. And then from X is a dodger. So this creates kind of our 3rd triangle up here. So again, these spots, midi 1, midi 2, and then our X are our great dodging spots on a lacrosse field. All right, so let's talk about the passing aspects of our Jordan offense. What we want to look at here is we also create, within this offense, is a box. And it's a box between our wing players, our wing attackmen and our wing middies. And one of the rules we have with this Jordan offense is that once it is swung or once it's passed to one of the wing players, the opposite triangle needs to rotate. So meaning if it's swung to the left wing attackman, the midi triangle needs to rotate. Once it's swung to the left wing midi, the attack triangle needs to rotate. Swung to the midi 1 in the right wing midfield, attack triangle rotates. And then lastly, once it's swung to the right attack wingman, the midi triangle rotates. Right? So what we're trying to do is create options here. So let's walk through kind of a set. Start the ball at X. Ball is swung, passed, over to this attackman. So now it's in one of the corners. So what happens? Time for our midi triangle to rotate. This midi, so the ball's here. This midi now cuts through to the cage. This midi is popping up, and this midi is coming over, right? Sometimes one of the difficult parts is figuring out which direction do I go, but typically I'm trying to tell the players, you're usually cutting towards the cage. The first cutter is the primary one. So this gentleman's cutting towards the cage. So our wing attackman has basically 3 options, 3 passing options. 1, he can hit him cutting towards the cage. That's option number 1. Option number 2 is this midi is filling in, right? There could be an opening right here where his defender has left him. So this option passing up here is option number 2. Or there could be an option where the attackman could be swinging this way or this way. So this is option number 3. You can pass it down low, but rarely is this guy going to be open for enough space to get a decent shot off. So let's say the pass to the cutting midi isn't there, the pass to the filling midi isn't there, and let's say this attackman is shut off. So our smart wing attackman pushes the ball, passes it to midi 1, right? So now midi 1 has the ball. So what has to happen at this point? So now it's with one of our wing middies. This tells the attack triangle, time to go. Attackman right here, he basically passed the ball up. Now he is cutting across the cage, always with stick up, looking dangerous. Because potentially what you've got here, pass up, there could be a give and go right here, right? So he's cutting across. This attackman is swinging up to this spot, and this attackman is swinging down to X. So this midi up top, he has an option to either hit this attackman right here, that's option number 1, right? Or he can pass it over to his buddy over here, option number 2, or this attackman coming up, there may be space right here, this could be option number 3, right? If those passes are not there, because this is in the M1 position, right? Our third triangle, now he's got an opportunity to dodge and drive and shoot and score. If he dodges, right? So let's say he doesn't pass and he dodges. The midi on the crease needs to understand he needs to move out, right? And this midi needs to fill in. So what that creates is potentially this gentleman, as he's moving out, right? His defender may step in, right? A slide, crease slide. There might be a pass here, right? If that's not there, there could also be, as he is leaving this M1 position, his buddy over here might be filling. He could have a pass back here, or there's another pass right here. So there are multiple options while he's dodging towards the cage, right? He doesn't have to just run into a triple team and then lose possession, right? There's always going to be options. So part of this is getting the boys confident enough to know that as the ball's being swung around, they're usually going to have 3 really good options out there, whether they're passing or dodging, right? So they're going to have confidence when they go in there that I've been stuffed, basically. The defense has done a very good job sliding, but with guys moving, I'm going to have options, right? This does not happen and does not work well when the players wind up standing still. So again, we're going to be working a lot on this over the next couple weeks of practice. I just want to give you guys a little bit of a kind of a heads up. If you want to show this video to your player, that'd be great. There's a lot of literature online. We're doing ours just kind of a very simplified, and a lot of it is using these corners as our triggers, right? Because I think a lot of times the boys need to see that there is a trigger. There's a reason why they need to make that slide, or not slide, I'm sorry, why they need to make that cut. And usually it's looking at those corner pieces, the wings. Once it gets to those wings, the rule is the opposite triangle needs to rotate. So, hope that helps. If you have any questions, email me, call me, text me. Thanks.